Hey guys, Rachele here with Amethyst Ascension, and today is day 15 of the 78 Days of Tarot, and we will be discussing Temperance, which is the number 14 card of the Major Arcana. And in numerology, that breaks down to 5. So the other cards that are associated with the number 5 are the Hierophant, of course, Temperance, and the 5 in each of the suits. So let's get on to the numerology surrounding number 5. Number 5 in numerology is one of the most interesting and dynamic of all of the cardinal numbers. The 5 possesses a strong vibrational frequency mixed with many strong characteristics, including freedom-seeking, rebellion, adaptability, pioneering, innovation, adventure, idealism, restlessness, independence, and most of all, change. The number 5 also has many symbolic relationships, such as the 5 senses, the 5 projections from the torso, which is the 4 limbs in the head. Stars have 5 points, or the 5-pointed star, 5 vowels in the English alphabet, and the Hamza hand. The number 5 gives off the most active frequency of all of the single-digit numbers. What is most intriguing about the number 5 is that it possesses nearly equal parts of both feminine and masculine energy, the only cardinal number to do so. Sully, you get out of that food. That's not yours. You know, little man. Okay. Even though it is a mix of masculine and feminine traits, the 5 is normally found to hold a stronger feminine side with many daring attributes. The naturally compelling qualities of the 5 are one with a very bold side to them. The number 5 emanates an energy of unpredictability, always being in motion and craving change. This number not only craves change, but enjoys it. And due to its flexible and adaptable nature, this energy takes on change fairly seamlessly. It adapts instantly to unexpected change. However, with the 5, that change was probably planned all along. The 5 reflects a vibrational frequency that revolves around prioritizing freedom of any kind, constructive, personal, and that of the collective. As the number 5 indicates rebellious properties, being a conformist within society or adhering to rules that do not condone individuality are simply ignored. The expansive traits of the number 5 are relevant to all things involving belief systems and boundaries, such as government, societal, religion, and educational settings. The zodiac relationships to the number 5. Now keep in mind, I'm talking about the relationships to the number 5, not to Temperance, okay? Different. The 5th sign of the astrological zodiac is Leo. This fixed fire sign vibes strongly with the number 5. Leos possess a confident enthusiasm and burst of energy. They have a strength for idealism that sparks a fire under anything, whether to jumpstart a process or a change. Another fact that should now be obvious is that Leo also rules the 5th house in natal astrology. Leo has a vibrant and charismatic energy that makes them legendary. With a larger-than-life demeanor, Leo is depicted by the symbol of the lion. The lion has a loyal and confident personality, and we all know never to mess with a lion. Not so coincidentally, regarding zodiac traits, Leos are the same way as the 5 dynamic. If you attempt to back a lion or a Leo into a corner and force them to do something that they don't want to do, they will reveal their strong and rebellious ways quicker than you can blink. The number 5 represents a freedom-seeking and adaptability to change. The 5 is the epitome of dynamic and rebellious energy, one that signifies that inevitable change is always upon us, and it is best to be flexible in nature. By always being conscious to release fear-based thoughts, the power to be as adaptable as the number 5 is within us all. Wow, I love that. Temperance too, though. All right, so all that information I just got from WeMystic.com. Now I'm going to be reading out of Tarot and Astrology by Corinne Kenner. Now, the astrology that is associated with the Temperance card is Sagittarius. In most tarot decks, the Temperance card depicts the alchemical process of blending and mixing disparate elements. Wet and dry, hot and cold, male and female, there is no end to the various combinations and permutations that we can explore, and in most cases, the adventure of discovery is more fulfilling than any final result. For Sagittarius, the sign of long-distance travel, higher education, and philosophy, the journey is also more important than the destination. Sagittarius is always chasing the adventure and excitement that awaits just over the horizon, whether that borderline is literal or figurative. The archer of Sagittarius is a wily creature, a restless adventurer, an offbeat philosopher, half man, half horse. He's a seamless blend of man and beast. He's happy-go-lucky explorer who travels the world in search of honest and visionary companions. He is enthusiastic, independent, footloose, and fancy-free. The glyph for Sagittarius looks like an arrow. With a single movement, the archer can unleash his weapon and send it soaring into a new horizon. Just as an arrow flies through time and space, physical and intellectual journeys broaden the mind and expand our horizons. Sagittarius is the 9th sign. It rules the 9th house of the zodiac, where astrologers look for information about higher education, philosophy, and long-distance travel. In turn, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion. In the tarot, Jupiter is assigned to the Wheel of Fortune card. The combination of Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune depicts Sagittarius' balanced, optimistic nature. That's my daughter. She's a Sagittarius. Temperance was one of the 5 cardinal virtues in ancient Greece and is one of the 4 cardinal virtues of the Catholic Church. While the current interpretation of the word implies a total abstinence from alcohol, it also refers to a mechanical process. Just as steel is tempered by fire and ice, people are tempered, made harder and more durable by time and experience. The sun is in Sagittarius between November 21st and December 20th. The sign marks the 3rd and final month of fall. That makes it a mutable sign. It's changeable and varied to ease the transition from one season to the next. Sagittarius is a fire sign in astrology. Just as in tarot, the element of fire symbolizes spiritual energy. Sagittarius is associated with the hips and thighs, the horsey part of the body that can bear weight and carry a rider across long distances of time and space. All right. So now we're going to read a little bit out of Kitchen Table Tarot. Sully, get out of that food. I'm sorry. I might have to pause this for a second to make him go upstairs behind the gate because he's being mischievous while Mommy is reading. Temperance is similar to the balance found in Justice, but it's more of a day-to-day kind of thing. The angel is pouring water back and forth between 2 identical cups. If you look at the basic card, the angel, I love that it's an angel, has 1 foot on the shore and 1 in the water. The water being poured from 1 cup to the other is perfectly balanced. Water in tarot always means emotions. His is calm and directed. On one side is land, on the other water. I've heard the following words used to describe him: oasis, peace, calm, zen. On his forehead, a circle. On his chest, a triangle. In many basic decks, there is also a square around the triangle, which there is in this one. The square, triangle, circle have to do with the body, mind, and spirit. All are represented because if you fall behind in the upkeep of one, the others will suffer. The wings are equal. On one side, we have raging hills leading off into the distance, and on the other, a lovely garden to rest in. 1 foot on land, 1 in water. Balance, balance, balance. This card can also represent alchemy. A little of this and a little of that is okay. You can blend almost anything, and nothing really has to be in extremes. Opposites can be blended. You just have to have patience and the right equipment. Man and woman, fire and water, hell, even oil and water can be mixed. You just have to know the secret. There is a balance. We just have to stop and look around to find it. Temperance rests between death and the devil in the tarot. Change, peace, chaos. Grace, peace, wisdom, integration, movement without loss of self, calm, moderation. Love it. Now we're going to read a little bit from Holistic Tarot by Benabel Wynn. Some call Temperance the healing card. It denotes greater external or universal forces entering into our individual lives to right what is wrong, restore what is lost, cool what was too hot, heat up what was too cold, and temper out lives for balanced, harmonious health. The card is about internal balance. Justice indicates external balance. Temperance is the fusion of two contrasting elements and bringing them into harmony within the mind or the spirit. The Temperance card could also indicate that tempering is an important factor in dealing with the seeker's current situation. The seeker needs to reconcile two contrasting elements and bring them into harmony. Temperance and balance are the keys to resolving the matter at hand. If the seeker is single and asking about love, Temperance urges the seeker to examine his or her own behavior as the source of romantic complications. There is internal imbalance within the seeker causing difficulties in love. If the seeker is in a relationship and asking about love, Temperance suggests a greater need for cooperation and tempering of extreme emotions such as anger, resentment, hostility, or sexuality. If asking about a current career situation, Temperance suggests that the seeker's skill set is not directly pertinent to the task or project that the seeker must complete in his or her profession, but that seeker can temper that skill set into the task or project for balanced success. Temperance suggests the fusion of the seeker's current skills with the skills that are expected. Thus, it isn't that the new skills need to be learned, but rather that the seeker need only reconcile his or her existing skills with the task at hand. The two goblets that the angel holds represents the higher level unconscious and lower level consciousness. The water poured between the two symbolizes reconciliation or temperance of the two. There is also an issue of whether the water flows from the higher cup to the lower cup with gravity or from the lower cup to the higher cup against gravity, against the laws of physics. Tempering the unconscious with the conscious will resolve our anxieties and depression. The moon suggests a repressed unconscious, whereas temperance refers to the temperance between the seeker's known conscious and repressed unconscious, reconciling the two. Temperance calls to mind Freudian and Jungian concepts. The mountain peaks in the background are reminiscent of the psychoanalytic concept of the ego. The sun is the superego. Beneath it is the ID, the rough terrain leading to the foreground water pool. The pool is the unconscious terrain. Is the unconscious. The angel represents the conscious with one foot dipped in the unconscious and the other on the part of the terrain that represents the preconscious. In the Temperance card, the angel expresses the balancing of the many tiers of awareness in the human mind. Note further the winding path from the water to the rising sun, suggesting a path towards epiphany or sighting of the first light of the divine. While the triangle symbol on the angel's chest denotes the element of fire, it can also represent the primary Trinitarian force, which is Christian ideology in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In Judaism, Kether, Chakman, the Bina, and in Hinduism, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. A triangle with a single point upward symbolizes the male energy as depicted here on the angel, while a triangle with the single point downward would symbolize female energy. Combined, such two triangles form the hexagram, which is significant across many Far Eastern and Abrahamic faiths. In notable 20th century texts, Temperance is also referred to as the time card. The card of the angel is time, or the name of the angel is time. One of the cups the angel holds is the past, the other is the future. The rainbow stream between the cups is the present. Oh. You see that it flows both ways. The element of fire governs this card. Attributions associated with fire will represent the external forces at play in the seeker's situation. Just give mommy a couple minutes, baby, okay? I'm almost done. Temperance is related to Sagittarius, the archer. Temperance corresponds with the planet Jupiter, the element fire, and timing-wise denotes the period November 22nd through December 21st. Yang energy is dominant. I love that. I love her take on everything. I mean, she's just so in-depth. And I refer to Benabel one. So, let me show you, Soli. Get down. Get down, Bubby. Let Mama finish. I'm almost done. Let me show you all of the cards. Okay. So, let me show you. This is the, I want to get a close-up. This is the Universal Rider-Waite Temperance. This is the Druid Craft. A lot definitely going on here. Very cool. I see a lot of symbolism in that one. This is Ciro Marchetti's Gilded Tarot. Journey into the Hidden Realm. Mermaid Tarot. This one's really beautiful. I love all the colors. I love the shells. Shadowscapes. Look at the yin yang there that she's holding. Interesting. The Good Tarot. Oh, see, there's a clock. She's holding a clock. Or there's a clock on her chest. Oh, there's a clock on her arm too. Angel Tarot. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. And the Psychic Tarot. I have to say, let me put this one back up for you guys. So, my thoughts, briefly, on Temperance is, you know, balance, moderation, alchemy, the perfect balance. You know, sometimes it's about finding that perfect balance, or that maybe things are out of balance, and this is reminding you, if it comes up in a reading, that you need to find some sort of diplomacy or balance, or, you know, it really depends on, like I've said in every single video, it depends on what the question is, where it falls in a spread, whether you're reading it in the reverse or upright, which I don't do reverse at this point. Honestly, I probably never will, but I'm not going to put that out there, that never, because as soon as you say never, it always kicks you in the ass. So, but yeah, that's what it means to me. You know, just finding a balance, you know, a balance between work and play, a balance between, the conscious and the unconscious, a balance between anything and everything that you can think of, yin yang, okay? So I hope you like this video. If so, give me a like, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget about the little notification bell so that you can be notified when future videos are released. And I'm wishing you always, or sending you always, love and light.